do tonight in a great menu. We're going to make cheesy shells with grilled chicken and then chocolate lava cake. How does that sound? Who's hungry? Okay, well, let's give it up for Becky for having us here tonight. Woo-hoo! We're going to give Becky lots of free stuff, and my goal is that you have fun and that you learn something new tonight, okay? Now, I passed out a product to everyone. You might know what it is, you might not, it doesn't matter. What we're going to do as I'm doing the recipe, when I get to the point of the recipe where I need your product, I'm going to have you come up, demonstrate the product. If you don't know what it is, I'll help you with that. And then here's the key. If you have the product that's being demonstrated, if you have it at home, then I'd love for you to share what you love about it and what you use it for, because that's how we all learn from each other, okay? And again, my goal is that everybody has fun tonight. So how many of you enjoy cooking? Raise your hand. Oh, wonderful. How many of you enjoy baking? Okay, awesome. How many of you cook because you have to? That's kind of the category I'm in. If I don't really enjoy cooking, but I have twins. They're 22 years old now and grown, but I've done a lot of cooking today. So I like to do easy, fast things that taste really good, okay? So that's what you're going to find tonight when we do these recipes. So we are going to start off with one of my favorite products, and that is this one right here, the grilled pan and grilled press, okay? We all know that grilling is one of the healthiest ways to cook, right? So, but when it's this cold outside, you might not want to go outside when it's cold and snowy and everything. So this brings the grill right into your kitchen. Or maybe you live in an apartment or condo where you can't have a grill, okay? So this you are going to fall in love with, because this gives you that grilling effect right in your own home, okay? So as you can see, this is part of our executive cookware set. It's got the non-stick coating on it, but you can see it's got these raised ridges in the pan and on the press, okay? And the benefit of that is, I'm starting to grill the chicken in here, it lifts the food out of the bottom of the skillet. So we have, see the beautiful color in our chicken breast here? You see the golden brown, the beautiful color? So how many of you eat chicken at home? You make chicken? Okay, everybody does. So sometimes we put it in that skillet and it just kind of like boils itself and it looks pretty neat. Now you have this beautiful color and great taste, okay? So it's lifting it up out of the grease. And if you're also using just the skillet, sometimes you just kind of have to stand there and babysit it, right? This you can put it in the pan with the press and walk away from it. Go make your salad or go back and change clothes or whatever you're doing. So it also gives you that those beautiful grill marks, okay? Now, if you're like me and you don't like to cook, and maybe your family knows you don't like to cook, you make something with grill marks in it, it's like, woohoo, you know? Do a hot dog with grill marks and it looks like you know what you're doing. Or if your family knows you don't cook and they ask you to bring chips or ice, you can do stuff in here and it's awesome. So we can do that, and you can use this at every meal. You can do your bacon in here in the morning. It stays nice and flat and it's crispy, or a breakfast wrap. At lunch you can do your grilled cheese or paninis. At dinner time it's not only chicken, but you can do pork chops, you can do fish, you can do vegetables, and be like grilled asparagus. And then you can even do a dessert in here. How many of you like that grilled fruit, grilled pineapple, or you can even take your pound cake and grill that. Does that sound good to you? Absolutely. Now here's what you're going to do. You're going to put a little oil in the pan. Brush the pan with oil and the press, okay? Then you're going to put the press in the pan without any food, and you're going to heat it up with no food in it, just like you preheat your grill outside, right? You don't take your meat out, throw it on a cold grill, and then turn it on. So you're going to let this heat up, just like, right? Just like that. So then you're going to heat it up. You're going to take your chicken. Tonight I used one of our rubs. Anybody have any of the rubs? Aren't they phenomenal? We're doing the garlic and herb, and all I do is sprinkle a little bit of that rub right on the chicken, and this is great if you're in a hurry or you haven't planned ahead. You throw a rub on a meat and throw it in the grill pan, and you've got a delicious dinner just like that. So it's actually awesome. And the rubs are wonderful because a lot of them are blends, so it's not like any kind of seasoning you can just get at the grocery store, okay? So you're going to put the meat in, you're going to put the press on, and again, walk away. All you have to do is time it. And the key is in the grill pan, you just want to cook it about 5 minutes aside, and you only want to turn it one time, and that allows you, again, to get those nice grill marks, okay? So you throw your chicken in, put the grill pan, press on it, walk away, come back, give it a quick turn, another 5 minutes, and you're done. Who would like this beautiful looking chicken in 10 minutes? Especially when you get home from a busy day at work, exactly. So that's all you do. Now, how many of you ever forget to thaw something out at dinner. For dinner, exactly. I work at home all day and I still forget to do that. So, no worries if you forget to thaw it. You got that raw or frozen chicken breast, you throw it in here. Do the same thing. It might take a little bit longer, but you can still do it if you've got your frozen, okay? If my house caught on fire, I think I'd run back in to get this set right here because I absolutely love it. Most of my hosts get this for free, this whole set. You will absolutely love it, okay? So we got our chicken here ready to go. Now we're going to take it out, and we're going to use our chef's tongs here. Now, anybody here watch Food Network? Don't you love Food Network? Yes? No? Nobody watches it? Okay, well, you know, if you never watched it, all the chefs on there, they use tongs because you really shouldn't pierce your food with a fork because that's going to let the juice escape and, you know, get drier. But the chef's tongs are awesome because these are nylon coated so it won't scratch your grill pan. And you know what? All the cool people use tongs. So you want some tongs at home. So the nice thing about this, they stay closed. So when they're in their drawer, they're not getting open. You know, you got the drawer jammers there. And then all you do is hold them together, turn them upside down, and they open right up. Use them as your tongs, not going to scratch your pan. Then when you're finished, turn them upright, stick them right back in their drawer, and they stay closed. Is that cool? All right, so we're going to take the chicken, and we're going to put it right in my stainless steel bowl here. Now, Bobby, you've got the small stainless steel bowl here. So tell me everything you see about that bowl that you like, Bobby.
Well, first of all, it has a lid. I love that.
Yes, has a lid.
And it has some measurements in the inside of it, too, and a spout as well.
Absolutely.
And then the bottom of it is, I don't know, this material that I just absolutely love. It won't scratch up my counter or it won't move.
It won't move, absolutely. So, Bobby, thank you so much. You just did my job. You would make my next great consultant on my team. Yeah, that's all we do. That's all I do is tell people about the product. So thank you very much. What did she do great at this? Oh my gosh, she did awesome. So Bobby was holding the small bowl to the stainless steel set. And it was everything she said is what's great about these bowls. And stainless is great because it'll last forever and ever and ever. You're going to have these. They don't break, chip, stain, or anything. And this one I love because it's nice and big, holds 24 cups. But they're so lightweight, very easy to handle. Wasn't it light, Bobby? And never again, with this handleless pour spout, are you doing one of these things, trying to get it out. It's very easy to work with. So we're just going to take these and set them aside. And like she said, they do have their own lids, so that makes it awesome. Okay, so now I want you to come up with the salad choppers. All right, and what is your name again? Anita. Thank you so much, Anita. So do you have the salad choppers at home? You don't? Okay, does anybody have the salad choppers at home? No? Okay, so this is one of my favorite products too. So we can see how we have our 3 chicken breasts in here. Now they're called salad choppers. How many of you make salad at home? Everybody makes salad? Hopefully you don't get that stuff in the bag. That's horrible, okay? So you're gonna get your fresh lettuce. You're gonna throw it in there with all the ingredients you like in your salad, your broccoli, cauliflower, eggs, cheese. And you're gonna take these are like scissors. You see that, Anita? But they have 2 blades. So it will allow you to move through a lot of food all at one time. So you're just going to take that, chop, 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 you got chopped salad. And do you have young children at home, Anita? Oh, and it's so much easier for kids to eat something that's chopped up like that instead of getting a big piece of lettuce, okay? So now I love to use it on meat, okay? So did you ever shred chicken at home, Anita?
I shred a lot of
And how do you do it?
with 2 forks.
2 forks, okay. And did you ever burn your fingers when you do it that way? Okay. All right, so this is going to be a new way for you to do it. You're going to love these. Now, when I do this, I turn it around like this and just shred it up, okay? And if you've ever burned your hands on hot chicken, you won't ever have to do it again. And it's actually easier to use when the meat is hot. So you don't have to wait for it to cool down, okay? So give it a whirl here, Anita. Come on up, and you're just going to shred that chicken for us. We're going to shred it up. How's that? Let's give it up for Anita here. Look at it. Isn't it easy to do? Oh my gosh, it's so
Much easier than the forks.
Much easier than the forks?
It is much easier than the forks.
Absolutely. You can use it on chicken. You can use it on a pork tenderloin. You can use it on any kind of roast. And if you ever have a roast or pork tenderloin, you have leftovers, instead of sticking that little hunk in the refrigerator that never gets eaten, just shred it up, throw your barbecue sauce over it, and you're good to go. Okay?
Then your husband will actually use it on a sandwich because it's all ready.
Absolutely. Perfect. Absolutely. And it will get eaten. So thank you so much, Lee. You're going to love these. And don't ever buy the canned chicken. Anybody buy that canned chicken? Oh, don't pick up that. You want to get the fresh stuff, okay? Then these stick right on top right your dishwasher open like that to clean. And then you have this just little lock right there to keep it closed in your drawer, okay? Yes, it is. It's kind of curved. Great point, Anita. Give it up again for Anita. You could also be on my team, Anita. And when you're doing it, you might do a little pull here. That's okay. Then switch hands, and then you get, exercise from both of your sides. Or if you're out walking late at night, take your salad choppers. Okay. All right, so we're going to leave the chicken here. Our chicken's ready to go. Now we're going to make our pasta going here in our rock pot. This is one of our brand new products, okay? And you will love this. This is kind of revolutionary. And if you make this, does anybody make pasta at home, any kind of pasta, spaghetti? Okay, never again, if you get the rock pot or a deep covered baker, do you have to boil a big separate pot of water. Isn't that awesome? Never again do you have to do that. And it's steaming up your kitchen and everything. So this is the rock pot. We just came out with it in September. It's really revolutionary, and this is like your everything pot. It will do it all, you guys. If you don't know what pot to use, you grab this thing, okay? Because it is going to go on your stove, in the oven, under the broiler, in your microwave, which we're going to do our pasta in, and then we are going to stick it under the broiler a little bit, and even outside on your grill. And then guess what? Right in the dishwasher. Who likes that? Who likes to get stuff that can go right in? Absolutely. And it comes with the lid. You can put that lid right on. You can see exactly what's happening. You are going to love it. We're going to do our pasta in here. You can do soups, stews, and chickens. Does anybody make that one of those whole rotisserie chickens? Oh, you can do this right at home, ladies. And they're so much better than those little scrawny ones you get at the grocery store. When they came out, when they got popular 5 or 6 years ago, they were these big plump things. We all got sucked into that. Now they're these little scrawny things. So you're just going to get your own, right? Aren't they? So you stick your chicken in there, season it again with one of our rubs, put the lid on, right in the microwave. 30 minutes later, it is done. Your house smells fantastic. Take it off. Then if you like your gravy, you put it right on your stove. Boom, you make your gravy right on your stove. No need to dirty another pan. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so we're going to teach you soup, stews, everything. Just use this. So we're going to use this, again, for their cheesy shells. And who has my garlic press? Laura, come on up. Okay, Laura. So do you have this product at home, Laura? You do? Oh, awesome. What's the best thing you like about it, Laura? Come on up. Easy to clean, exactly. I know, isn't that awesome? If you guys don't like to cook, start making stuff with fresh garlic, and it will taste like you got it from a restaurant. I mean, garlic is the cheapest thing that can dramatically change your recipe. And it's healthy for you in its natural state. So don't buy that jarred stuff. It's like floating around in what's similar to formaldehyde, so you don't want to buy that. It's disgusting. But, one of the things we didn't like, I'm half Italian, I never want to use fresh garlic because it smells up your fingers, and do you all know how to get that smell out of your hands? Anybody know that? Onion or garlic smell? Stainless steel. Just run it on your stainless steel. Gets that smell right after you have stainless steel sink. Boom, boom, it's gone. I know. That's the benefit of coming to the party. You get all these tips, okay? So we're going to take the garlic cloves. So we got a couple cloves here at Laura. So can you show them how to use it? I'm just going to plop it right in. Comes right out, doesn't it? Look at that. And there's your skin all in one piece. Isn't that awesome? Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Give it up for Laura. Okay. Now, you also have this little clean tool right in here, so if the skin gets stuck in here, just pull it right out, scrape it off of this side, and then right in the dishwasher. Now, can anybody think of another use you can do with this? You can do like fresh ginger, or if you are at home making this homemade soup, anybody use a bouillon cube in anything? You throw it in your pot and you're chasing it around forever. Just crush it right through, boom, it'll dissolve just like that, okay? I know. They're another great tip for you. Okay, so we got our garlic in there. Now we're going to use one of our knives, okay? Now, I've got 3 knives here that are part of our forged cutlery. And you know what? A dull knife can be one of the most frustrating and dangerous things that happens in the kitchen. So, a sharp knife is something you really want to invest in because it is really going to change your cooking, okay? How many of you probably have dull knives at home? Anybody here? Yeah, you're like shaking your head. Okay. And if you have knives at home where the blade has ever come out of the handle, anybody have one of those? Tracy, you have one of those? Yes? Okay. Or if you're like sawing everything, or if you're having to use two hands to push down on it, you might have dull knives at home, okay? And you know what? If 60% of the time we're in our kitchen, we're cutting, dicing, chopping something. So if it makes it easier to do it, you're going to do it, okay? So you might as well have something good. Anybody watch Dr. Oz here? He just, yes, you might have heard him say, you'll eat healthier if you have good knives because it's so much easier to cut up the fruits and fresh vegetables and everything. Because if you don't have a good knife, you're not going to want to do that, right? And then you're not going to want to eat that, and you'll go to the store and buy the stuff that's already packaged, pay too much for it, it's not as fresh. So get some good knives. So this one is our 7-inch Santoku. Again, if you watch Food Network, almost every chef uses one of these. Just a great size. And if you're not used to using a knife this large, anybody have a son here who plays baseball? No? No? Okay, well, have you ever heard of like choking up on the bat? You can kind of choke up on your knife because it gives you better leverage. So you take your index finger and your thumb, put it right in the end of the blade, and wrap these 3 fingers around the handle. Then you're closer up, and it's much easier to go through your food, okay? Now, once you get used to using it, you can move your hand back and do this. Now, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to start at the top of your food, we've got an onion here, and just push down on it. You want to let the blade run through the onion. And if your knife is really sharp, you'll be able to do that. And these blades go all the way through the handle, so you don't have that blade coming out. These have a lifetime warranty. Again, this is a 7-inch Santoku. I have a 5-inch Santoku here. A utility knife. This is one that comes in your kit body when you get started. And then we have a whole knife block set, because most of my hosts get some of the knives for free when they have a part. You can get them individually. You get a whole knife block set. We start off with the 9-inch bread knife all the way down to little paring knives, okay? And they also come with the case. So that's nice because they can store right in your drawer, protects the blade. If someone would happen to put the knife in without it being all the way clean, no worries, these open right up to clean. Isn't that great? I know it. Okay, so we're going to take the knife and we're just going to chunk up the onion here, okay? And then, I didn't give anybody the lid to this. Okay, that's too bad. All right, so we're going to throw the onion right into our manual food processor here, okay? And I'm going to use this. Does anybody have these mats at home? Don't you guys love these? What do you love? Right in the dishwasher, you get all 3 of them. So I have, so flexible, exactly. So I got all this onion in here. Instead of scooping it up with your hand, watch this, boom, right into the manual food processor, okay? And you get all 3 of them color-coded so you don't have cross-contamination. It is awesome. So we're going to cut up the rest of this onion. We're going to take our manual food processor here. Now, this is one of those things I absolutely love, because does anybody have one of those big food processors, big honking thing? Oh my goodness, I got one of those as a wedding gift. That was like the wedding gift of the 80s, right? And I hardly ever used it. It's big, so many pieces, so many blades. I never knew which one to use. So I love this one because it's nice and compact. Only 1 blade post. And you see, there's 3 blades, but they're all at different levels on that post. Y'all see that? So that allows it to chop, mix, and stir all at the same time. So you can actually make little recipes in here, like your homemade salsa, guacamole, chicken salad, tuna salad. You can do fruit salsa, all of those things, okay? And all you're going to do, we got the onion in there, and it holds a lot. This holds like about 3 cups, okay? So you can take that whole onion, chunk it up, and put it in here at one time. You're going to take the lid, it just drops right on. You don't have to twist it. And whether you're right or left-handed, you can do this. Because if you're right-handed, put your left hand here and just pulse down. The longer you pulse, the smaller it gets. If you're left-handed, put your right hand here and do it left-handed. Okay? It is awesome. You can make your smoothies in here, put your fruit in there, your yogurt, mix it up. How many of your kids like to go to DQ and get blizzards or anything? You can chop up your cookies, your candy bars, everything right in there. For the bakers, all your nuts, any kind of vegetable, it's absolutely awesome. So we're going to put this on, and then when you chop up our onion, when you go to store it, that little handle goes down to store it so it doesn't take up a lot of room. Okay? Okay, is that awesome? And you know what? One thing I find is most women like little and cute things, right? And that's little and cute, but you're going to love how it works for you, okay? Is that true? Okay, so we're going to put that in the onion in our pot here. So we've got the garlic and onion. Now, Tracy, I need you to come up with the can opener, okay? Now, do you have this can opener at home, Tracy?
I do.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
just bought this in my last show, but apparently I didn't read the directions because I just found out today how you can use this tumbler.
That is awesome, isn't it?
And you sit a can like this. This little piece right here, and take the lid off. And
Yes.
because I'm a little stubborn, I didn't trust what they told me. It really is a smooth edge can. I stuck it in the
You did? Okay, so I'm going to have you open up the broth here. We got 2 cans of broth, chicken broth here. Okay, so you're going to go around, and if it's on there correctly, you're going to put it on the top, and she's going to go all the way around.
Oh, sorry. So it connects flex when you stop it.
Uh-huh.
And then I just take this and lift up the can and lid. There you go.
There you go. Thank you so much. That was awesome. And you know what? The can opener can be one of the most unsanitary things in your kitchen, you know, because most of them have those teeth and they dig into the can, they're pulling up that food, and then most people don't wipe it off every use, so you got to dry it on there, and that's going to form bacteria, okay? And just imagine it. One day you're opening up a can of cat food, and the next you're opening up a can of soup. So you want to get this. It's very sanitary. She just opened up that can. There's absolutely no broth on here. It stays clean. And then, like she said, you've got that smooth end. And so many people come up and say, Jolene, my scrapers are all getting cut up. What's wrong with them? So many times it's because you're cleaning out that can, and they're getting cut on the edge of your can. Or if you've got little kids at home, or even if you're throwing stuff away with those sharp edges, and then you're one of these persons in the trash, you can easily cut your hand unless you get this. So I absolutely love the can opener. Okay, so we're going to take a box of pasta here. So we have medium shells. Throw them in here dry. We're going to take the 2 cans of broth, cover the broth, give it a quick stir. Then we're going to take our jar of marinara sauce, okay? And I'm just going to take, anybody ever have trouble opening up a jar? You ever bang it on the side of the counter? And then we're going to take the easy opener. Just a real simple little tool. Open up a 2-liter bottle, something with a pull tab, and then this goes right on the edge of your lid. Pop, did you hear that little pop? Open it right on in. Give it a quick stir using our scraper. This is a small mixing scraper. I love it. I just had a host. She was mixing up a cake mix with a metal spoon. I'm like, really? So the right tool really for the right job makes such a difference. So we're going to mix that up. Okay, and then we have my host Becky put this right in the microwave 8 minutes. And then we're going to stir it and do it another 8 minutes. And then all that broth is going to absorb into the pasta and give you great flavor. Is that great? Okay, so we're going to set that aside for now while that's cooking. We're going to take some fresh basil, and you could do this a couple ways because we're going to chop it up. You could either use those salad choppers we use, or again, the manual food processor. Just throw it in there, pulse it a few times, and that's it. We're also going to take our some croutons, throw it in there, and make some breadcrumbs. So we'll chop those up. This is good too. How many of you guys eat eggs in the morning? Scrambled eggs, omelets, crack a couple eggs in there, throw in your ham, turkey, spinach, process it all, throw it in your skillet, or we have an awesome microwave egg cooker. We've got eggs in about a minute and a half. Isn't that great? Okay, so the pasta is done. Now we're going to take our rock crock, give another quick stir, add in a whole brick of cream cheese. I'm going to use my mix and masher. Anybody have a mix and masher here? This is awesome. We're going to mix that in. We're going to throw in the basil. We're going to throw those breadcrumbs over the top. Now this is the beauty. We're going to put it right into under the broiler. Those breadcrumbs are going to get nice and toasty, and you're going to have dinner. Isn't that awesome? And you guys, you can switch this up at home. The original recipe calls for Italian sausage, so you can use it with sausage instead of chicken. You can throw other vegetables in it. You can make pasta con broccoli, whatever your family likes, just tailored to them. You can have it many different ways. Is that great? Okay, now we're going to take, we're going to do grate some Parmesan to put in it too. Anybody buy cheese in a bag already shredded? Oh, Bobby. Okay, you do that too? Okay, you don't want to do that. Now, why do you buy it in a bag, Bobby? want to grate your own fresh cheese, okay? And there's something in the bagged cheese, and there's no judgment here because I used to buy it until I knew better. But you know what bagged cheese? Bagged cheese has something called powdered cellulose. It's kind of like sawdust that they mix in there to absorb the moisture to keep it from sticking together because they can't have a big clump in the bag. So they mix that through there, but it alters the flavor. And it doesn't melt as well, and it's more expensive because you're paying for them to shred it. Okay, but if you have that tall, who has that tall metal box grater we used to use? I call it the knuckle grater, you know?
Yeah.
Of course you don't want to use that. This is so much better. It comes like this, nice and flat, has a blade guard. All you're going to do is put your thumb here, squeeze this handle towards you, and it'll open right up. You're going to take your block of cheese, so much better. Pull the plastic down, hold it just on the plastic, because where you touch cheese, it molds first. And then we're going to show you how easy this is. Just grate that right up in 2 seconds. You have way more that the block will yield than the whole bag, and you get fresh cheese. It will change the way your recipes taste, okay? All right, so we're going to set that aside. Now for our cake, we're going to do use our deep covered baker. Now, does anybody have this at home? Okay, tell us what you love about this, Anita. And what do you do in here?
Everything in the covered baker. Anything that can go all in one pot, all of my meats, and I pretty much use it as a crock pot replacement. So I no longer have to put things in for 6 to 8 hours. I just put it in there and you can put it in the microwave or in the oven and it's got a lot quicker. And the finish is actually a lot better because I love the way the stone there actually makes it good and makes it taste good.
Awesome. Would you recommend this stove then? Awesome, thank you. And most of my hosts get this for free. It is absolutely awesome because you can do all kind of meats in here. It is a stoneware, so it can go in the oven. It was actually designed to go in the microwave, so that gives you the speed. Because I want to teach you things that you can cook in under 20 minutes. Who would like dinner in under 20 minutes? I know, that's awesome. So it's the stone, so you get that brick line. We all know the brick line oven is the best way to cook, right? So you get the brick line oven effect, but the speed of your microwave. Okay, and so again, you could do the chicken in there. You could also do the pasta without boiling the water in your deep covered baker. You can do meatloaves. You can do soups, stews, and chilies and all that too. You can defrost food. They may have to defrost that hunk of hamburger, that frozen hunk of hamburger. And usually what we do in the microwave, we get that all hard edges and the middle still raw. So just do it in here. It's going to cook it, thaw and cook it out all at once. And then you can use your mix and chop, crumble it up. If you're making chili and your beans, your onions, tomatoes, everything. It's awesome, isn't it? You can do vegetables. We are going to do a cake in here, okay? So you do all your main dishes plus dessert. Now, who likes chocolate, ladies? I know we all do, right? So you're going to take a cake mix, any kind, mix it up according to the directions, pour it right in here. No need to grease this or anything. And then you're going to take a can of icing. Don't get that whipped stuff. That doesn't work. Take our medium scoop. Anybody have that medium scoop? We're just going to scoop that all over the top here and lid on. Here's the key. The key to the deep covered baker in the microwave is the lid, okay? Because it is going to trap in all the moisture, all the juiciness, and that prevents you from getting that rubbery effect that we think of when we think of meat in the microwave. And if you do a pork tenderloin, anybody like pork tenderloin? Oh my gosh, I can do it in 12 minutes in here in the microwave at my house. Or a roast with potatoes, onions, carrots, all right? And it tastes amazing. So you can do a great meal like that. How many of you would save a meal like that for the weekend when you have more time? You can do it in here. And you guys, you can make great meals like that for your family instead of going through the drive-thru or cooking out of a box. We don't want you doing that because you can make really good things like this, all right? So we're going to put the lid on, 9 minutes in the microwave. That's it. Now, how many of you have ever baked a cake at home? Anybody? Think about it. It takes longer to preheat your oven than this takes to bake. And you're going to have a cake that's completely done, okay? And anybody ever go to like Applebee's or somewhere? Some places have the lava cake. You get a little tiny portion for like $5. You can get it in here and have the whole cake for your family in 9 minutes. So if you just use this twice instead of going out for dinner, you've paid for it. And guess what? You get to use it over and over and over and over again. So you want to have your party, you can choose this for free too. Okay? All right, so how many of you have seen at least 2 or 3 or more things you would love to have in your own kitchen? Yes? Okay. All right, so let me move over here. Check this out. All right. Woo! Who loves time out with your girlfriends? You like that, ladies? Who loves great food? My favorite thing is eating. Okay, wait till you taste these recipes. And who loves free products? Okay, well, when you host a party. Now, Becky, was it easy to host this party? Very easy. Okay, so when you host a party, here's what you're going to do. I've been doing this a long time. I like to make it as easy and fun for my host as possible, okay? So we're going to pick your date. I'm going to send out the invitations for you, okay? So just like that flyer invitation you got for this party with Little Mini Catalog, I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to do that for all your friends, okay? And then we're going to laugh and have another fun night, just like we did tonight. Did y'all have fun? Did you learn something new? Okay, awesome. Now, you're also going to get free products. Who loves free? It's my favorite word, okay? My average host gets over $200 of free stuff. If I gave the catalog, you think you could pick over 200? Look at you, you're like, yes. All right, and I'll hopefully give you much more than that. Then you're going to be able to get things at half off. Now, how many of you get excited when you get that Kohl's coupon and you get 30% off? You know, you're like calling your mom and your sister, I got 30%. You get 50% and up to 5 things. And it can be, I know, anything in the book. It could be a $1 thing, it could be our whole set of cookware, whatever you want, okay? And then you're going to get a discount on anything else. You don't pay full price for an entire year when you host a party with me, okay? And now this is the best thing. This is our new thing, the future party pick, okay? So what this means is, I'm sure some of you are thinking about having a party. So when you have your party, Anita, and you have your party, Tracy, and Laura, and Bobby, well, Bobby's probably going to be on my team, but Becky's going to get to go to your party and get any item she wants at 50% off. Anything she wants at all your parties, okay? And that's pretty amazing, isn't it? So Anita, when you have your party, your friends book off of you, you'll get to go to their parties and get something for 50% off at all of them. Isn't that awesome? Now, if you like everything I've shown you or everything in the book, then you ought to do what I do. You ought to join my team. I absolutely love what I do. I love my team. I'm going to tell you more about that in a second. So, you also get me when you have a party. Woohoo! Isn't that the best thing ever? I know. So what I want to do, somebody asked me when they came in how long I've been doing this. And I want to share this with you because I've been doing this like over 20 years. I absolutely love it. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made. Like I said, I have twins, and I actually got started when they were babies. And I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom with them. But I actually kind of got talked into this. I was really scared to do it. But it has been such a blessing for me because it allowed me to stay at home. And then as they grew, I could be the room mom and go on the field trips. And then they got in high school, and I got to go to all their sporting events. And actually, 10 years ago, I went through a divorce, and it supported me. My daughter just graduated from college, and that was not a cheap bill. And my son's serving in the Air Force, and he's actually in Japan. And I get to take some time off next month and go visit him. So I'm very excited. But I love sharing this with other people. I have a lot of people on my team, and most of them have another job. 90% of them have another job. So you don't have to just be a stay-at-home mom. You can do this. I got teachers. I've got people that just work up, that are secretaries, nurses, all kinds of things. So I have this book here that I want to show you. This is, I'm going to pass it around so you can all see it. This is one of my paychecks from last month, or my paycheck from last month. But what I want you to realize is this is that check of somebody on my team who is a full-time teacher, okay? So she works full-time job. She did 4 parties this month, okay? So basically once a week, all right? How many of you watch TV at least once a week? Yeah. Okay, so that's giving her 26 days off that month. Pretty good deal, isn't it? So she did 4 parties that month, and she made $673. How many of you would be like $673 for 4 nights out? I know it, and guess what? She got to pick when she did the work. She got to pick how often she works. That's what I love about this, because I can take time off too. I don't like to work weekends. You don't have to work weekends. Some people do on my team, whatever you decide. We have 2 different kits you can choose from, and one thing I love to do, if you're thinking about selling, I come and I do a party with you. So let's say, Bobby, you're thinking about doing it. We schedule a date for a party, all right? You invite all your friends over. I do the demonstration just like this. At the end of the night, you decide you want to do it. Great. That turns out to be your party. I'm going to give you all the bookings. I know all the commission gets better and better, doesn't it? And you get all this free stuff like the host gets, okay? So there's no risk to it at all. Now let's say at the end of the demo you're like, no, Jolene, I really don't want to do it. No worries. It's my party then, but you're still the host, so you still get to keep everything. And you know what? How many of you have ever test driven a car? Anybody ever test driven a car? You know, they let you take it out, you know, but they don't let you take it home, do they? Or keep it for a while. This is something you can kind of test drive. And you can try it out. Try it out for a month or so. If you don't like it, no worries, but you still get to keep everything. Okay? They're not going to just let you keep that car, are they? And then these are some pictures of my kids that I tell you about. It's just been such a blessing. So what we're going to do now, and I'm going to pass this around so you can see it. But I got some tickets here. I'm going to let Becky hold these because I'm kind of ticket challenged. And you can ask me anything you want about what I do and about my business, okay? Not product questions, just about what I do. And maybe it's not for you. Maybe you're kind of thinking about your sister or your aunt or a friend who's struggling because, you know what, I don't know much, but what I know is nobody needs another job or an extra job, but you might need some extra money. Because maybe you need money for a college tuition. Maybe you need money for your kids' braces. Maybe you need a new car payment. Maybe you would like to stay for a vacation. Okay, so you can ask me anything you want, and we're going to do a drawing at the end for whoever has the blue tickets. So who has a question for me? Yes, how much money do I make? Well, did you see my paycheck in that book? That was for 1 month. So it's something, most of the consultants on my team average over $100 a party. So just a couple of nights or a couple hours at their party, they're going to make a couple or $100 or more. So it really kind of equates to about $20 per hour. Okay, and then you can grow it into something like mine, which is more like full-time money, but still part-time hours. You know, and Pampered Chef is hiring nationwide. We do not have enough consultants. So I really encourage you to give it a try. Okay, here's a ticket for you, Bobby. Well, actually, yes, we get to actually earn the trips, and I am so happy because in a couple of months I'm going to go to Punta Cana. Anybody been to Punta Cana? I'm so a beach person, so I'm excited to go. But we get to earn trips at each year, and I actually did earn a trip my very first year as a consultant. So you can travel the world with this. Okay, so we're going to do a drawing for the ticket. I want to thank you so much for coming. Let's give it up again for Becky here. Thank you all for coming. And now is the best part. You get to eat and shop. All right? Thank you so much for coming.
I'm going to ask her to put that on YouTube because I love that. She's really good.
Oh my God.
See, that's what I struggle with. You know, like how she sold everything like that. I want to be able to do that.
She put it in their hands.
Yeah, I love that.
She must have done that when they walked in. Oh, you hold this.
Yeah, I love that.
Her expertise is, I mean, we learned something new. Like literally, you know, I heard all people over there going, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Don't go away. Come back here. I wish I could say I taught her everything she knows, but that would be a lie. So,
Show mode.
She is
Show
just
mode.
did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with all of these products from your
She's
demo?
hilarious up there.
I think we should give them away.
I think that's an awesome idea. All these products, she said, I feel bad that I asked for so many products now that I didn't really use. All of these products are going to be given to the newest consultant here today.
Oh, they can totally.
How awesome is that? Okay, where is Zach Lotus? Did you drive? Awesome, good decision. Okay, so I want to thank Jolene again. Another big round of applause for her.
Oh my gosh, what a day, right? But I bet Zach thinks it was his best day.
Jolene, what's her last name?
Sineni.
Before we wrap it up, I just want to
Sineni.
give some recognition again to our fabulous ITC people. Drew, Ed, Joe, Mark, and Rodney. Well, you guys can't see Rodney because he's in the
Still
back.
taping?
Everybody say thank you, Rodney.